So Chris, thanks for spending time to sit down with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
If you can start off by telling us a bit about your experience and history before joining the Squisito family.
So my first job was at Giant as a bag boy when I was 15 and a half. Shortly after that, I started working for Ruby Tuesdays and then Lido's. I was a waiter at Ruby Tuesdays and a host, and at Lido's I kind of worked in the kitchen, so I've kind of been around pizza for a while. A couple years after Lido's opened, a place close to my house opened called Carmine's. I think that was my first encounter with the Monty restaurant group in Michelle and Gennaro. And from there, I ended up moving to Annapolis to work at a store they had called DeMayo's, which then, led me into Squisito's. So.
How did you learn about the opportunity to partner with John Minnick, and why did you decide to do so?
I went there in an interim that he did not have a general manager at the store. It was shortly after they opened the location. So I was there kind of just to fill a spot, and it was just such a good fit that he offered me a buy-in, and Michelle and Gennaro and everybody was okay with it, and that's how I kind of got my base as a franchisee.
With Burtonsville's success and the opening of you and John's second location, how's the experience been?
Everything's been very smooth, actually, and I couldn't be happier. There was a time where I thought, maybe restaurants weren't for me, and as soon as I started getting into ownership and everything like that, it just kind of snowballed into something bigger, and it's just a really good feeling, really good experience so far. So I can't wait to see what else the future holds.
Squisito has always been a staple in the community wherever they've opened. How has your locations gotten involved in the community, and how's the response been?
So Squisito, one of the main points for me is, and I always quote this if anybody ever talks to me, is they had something on their website a long time ago that I read that I always remembered and that stuck with me about it being the neighborhood pizza shop, or something along those lines. And it really is, because when you walk in, the casual environment, the comfort food, just the type of restaurant it is, it makes it very easy to be a staple in the community. And through being in the store and actually getting to know the customers, it helps you branch out and start to do things that make you feel like you're actually part of the area that you're in. So Burtonsville in particular, we got involved with all the local schools, and from that it just turned into fundraisers and a lot of word of mouth through different people, to the point where now we're doing a polar bear plunge every year, and all our customers donate money to that. It helps us raise awareness for the Special Olympics and such. We hold a charity car show once a year, for a charity called Hearts and Homes for the Youth that we've been working with for the last 3 or 4 years. We do stuff like sponsor kids in their program, bring them over, give them a job, and help them transition out of learning or out of assisted living with them. And
can you tell me a little bit about the support you've received from Michelle and Gennaro and the Squisito franchise support team?
Yeah, so from day one, and I really saw this when we were opening up Lorden, Gennaro and Michelle were very involved in the whole construction and aspect and the acquisition of equipment and stuff like that, and they're kind of just like an open book. If you have a question or you need anything to reference, you can always go to them. So it made it very easy. A lot of things that you think you're not going to know, or anything that you need to defer to, you can always defer to them and they'll help you. So they're very open, they're very honest with things up front, and they help you the whole way. So even now is continuing. Even now with the 2 franchises, sending all the weekly invoices and spreadsheets and stuff, there's accountability, and they help you keep your targets. So it's always nice to have somebody that's keeping an eye out for you as well.
Is there anything else you would like to add? Any highlights from your time with Squisito?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been with them for about 8 years, and I've seen the way that the company's starting to turn out, and it's a very positive future. So I can't wait to see what happens with everything.
Well, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with us. We look forward to seeing what's around the corner for you and Squisito.